Hi everybody, sanibonani, welcome to my channel. Igama lami Mdletshe, and on this channel sikhuluma ngama reality TV shows, ama celebrities kanye nama YouTubers. You guys listen, those of us who think ukuthi Nandipha should stay behind bars, those of us who did not want her to go free, have something to celebrate, honestly, because of course she is staying behind bars. You know, we don't know how for how long, but for now she's staying behind bars, and I think it's something to celebrate. You guys, I am so glad that her application was not successful. She did not win. In fact, it was dismissed with cost. Not only was it dismissed, but she's gotta pay. Okay. So, and they're talking about how expensive this lawyer that she got is. Someone was writing on Twitter that he is charging around 70 K a day or something like that, something ridiculous like that. I hope he takes all of the money so that at some point they would run out of it. Okay. So, yes, you guys, we do have something to celebrate when it comes to that. We do have sad news when it comes to that case, but I will talk about it in another video. But on this video, I want to talk about this smolanyana, victory. One legal expert that was interviewed, Izolo, said, because I was wondering if she won, what did that mean that she was going to go free? And he did say that it did not necessarily mean that she was going to go free immediately. It just meant that she was going to have a better chance when applying for bail. Okay, that's what they were trying to set up for, you know. And yeah, you guys, so it wasn't like if yesterday they had said that her arrest was unlawful, that she was immediately going to be released. Anyway, that's what he said yesterday. So this is an article by Usbonelo Zwane writing for Zimoja. It says Dr. Nandipha Makotumana's application to declare her arrest unlawful has been dismissed. Dr. Nandipha Makotumana's urgent application to have her arrest on 13 April declared unlawful has been dismissed with cost. Judge Philip Lobza, who presided over the matter at the Free State High Court in Bloemfontein, said Makudumana was aware of being handed over to the South African authority by the Tanzanian counterparts and the charges she was facing in Mzansi. The judge first addressed the issue of agency as stated in Makudumana's application, saying she failed to meet the criteria since she was arrested on the 13th of April but only filed the application on the 19th of May. Makudumana gave respondents 3 days to file their papers. Despite shortcomings of her application on agency, I am enrolling the matter in the interest of justice. Makudumana argued that her deportation from Tanzania was actually disguised as extradition. In her court paper, she also claimed that she was blindfolded before being handed over to the South African police. Makudumana was arrested together with her lover, convicted artist and murderer Thabo Bester, who escaped from Mangaung prison in May last year. The judge went through what was filed by the respondents, namely the SAPS, the NPA, and Home Affairs. The respondents insisted that Makotumana was arrested in line with international law. By now, it should be obvious that there is a material factual dispute between the parties about the circumstances of her arrest and how she was transported back to SA, the judge said. Makotumana insisted she was forcefully put on a plane where she was guarded by 4 SANDF members and 2 policemen. She referred the court to the statement made in the media by the government officials who said that they were sending a delegation to Tanzania. Makudumana rejected that. She said she wanted to return home to her children. You know, this is the part for me that really made me emotional a little bit, because this was the first time actually that it wasn't even a discussion about her children, but the mention of her children, honestly, because nothing has been said about them. And as much as I don't like what Nandipha has done, there are children involved here, and I've always wondered if she did think about her children when she was making a decision to assist Thabo Bester. And also, when they were skipping the country, what was her plan in terms of ever seeing her kids again? Okay, but they do mention that when they caught them in Tanzania, she said she did want to go home to be with her children. I honestly feel like the reason that she said that because she was setting herself up so that she can say she was being kidnapped by Thabo Bester. So maybe she wanted to be able to claim that she was kidnapped by Thabo Bester, because if she says to the police, listen, I want to go home to my children, then maybe it can be believed that this woman did not want to skip the country. She was forced to skip the country. But somebody had written on Twitter that actually what it means is that if she is saying she was kidnapped by the authorities to come back to the country, she won't be able to claim that she was kidnapped by Thabo Bester when they skipped the country, that she went there willingly. That still doesn't make sense to me, but I'm waiting to see, what happens with that. It is patently clear that the respondents willingly participated in the handing over at the airport, believing that such handing over was done under international law. They didn't realize that it was an extradition, not a deportation. In the present case, in conclusion, the judge said, I have no hesitation that Makudumana was aware of the charge that would be leveled against her in SA. She consented to her removal. I find the application cannot succeed. It is dismissed with cause, you guys. So this is what happened in court today. I was so happy to hear this, because honestly, I thought that there was a chance that this woman was going to get away with this. I thought that there's a chance that this application was going to be successful. But I think that the judge was fair in saying, listen, some of the points that she is making in terms of how she was not deported but extradited, okay, uh, true. The judge agrees with that, but the thing is, she knew what she was coming back to when she was coming back to South Africa. She knew she was coming back to face these charges in South Africa. And also, she herself said that she wanted to come back to her kids. So that actually is what I believe made her lose this application. Of course, you guys, there's a chance that she might appeal, I believe, and that would be a waste of money, but maybe they will appeal, you guys. I don't even know why she's doing this. I wish that she could just throw her hands in the air and say, listen, let's just, wait for the trial and see what happens. But, she's trying to get out of jail. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please respectfully express your thoughts here in the comments section, and also like the video before Pumegona. Share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers. Ntando kakhulu.